But they go on strike and you say, that's okay, you're all gone.
This is Michael Popok, Legal AF. Well, that didn't take long. Donald Trump's already embroiled in new legal problems because of statements that he and Elon Musk made during their interview on Spaces, X, Twitter, or whatever it's called. Yes, the UAW, the United Auto Workers, were listening. And what they heard was Donald Trump and Elon Musk engage in threats against workers, particularly car manufacturing, auto manufacturing workers who were just organized and going to exercise their right to strike without retaliation. It's called retaliatory conduct. And now there's a new claim against Donald Trump and Elon Musk based on statements they both made filed by the UAW with the National Labor Relations Board. Let's first unpack what happened and how quickly it happened and how quickly Donald Trump once again finds himself in trouble of his own making. Let's roll the clip of the interview.
This cutter. I mean, I look at what you do. You walk in and you just say, you want to quit? They go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you say, that's okay, you're all gone. You're all gone. So every one of you is gone and you are the greatest. You would be very good. Oh, you would love it.
Okay. What's wrong with that, you may ask? Although I don't think you'll be asking. The National Labor Relations statute provides protection for workers who are organized or want to organize in the form of a union. And if they need to strike to exercise their rights, they are not to be retaliated against. And any threats to retaliate against them, which is what you just heard Donald Trump kibitzing with his old buddy Elon Musk, who's pumping $45 million a month into his campaign, threatening auto workers. Why does it matter? Because the UAW has been trying to organize and get a union at Tesla since 2016, unsuccessfully. Tesla remains the only auto manufacturer in America that does not have a union. Think about that the next time you think about buying a Tesla and you consider yourself to be pro-working person, pro-union, pro-labor. Tesla isn't. And you should think about where your money's going and where it's not going. And so UAW, now reinvigorated through the leadership of Shawn Fain, who is clearly in support of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, are trying again to go back into the plants and get it organized and get the union certified there. And what are they up against? They're up against Donald Trump and Elon Musk, as you just heard, chuckling over their interview about threats and retaliation. Donald Trump saying to Elon Musk, "You're the great cutter. You should just come in and fire anybody that wants to unionize." Right. This is a Donald Trump who worked his way through construction in New York and including allegations that he did not use unionized labor, that he participated in schemes to avoid using unionized labor and the like. He's there complimenting his benefactor, his patron, Elon Musk, on bended knee and bent over in order to get the $45 million a month to say anything to help Elon Musk. That wasn't by accident. That wasn't a slip of the tongue. That was a concerted attack and threat against the labor union, the UAW, and their attempts to organize. And that's why there's a new claim filed with the National Labor Relations Board, which is the governmental entity, quasi-governmental entity, actually, that's responsible for overseeing things like unionization, contract disputes, and strikes. And what Shawn Fain just reminded us in a news conference is that when you're looking at the two parties, Republican and Democrat, look no further. The Democrats are the only ones that support labor, the only ones that labor support. He reminded us that when Donald Trump was last president, he had a major auto strike at General Motors that went on for 40 days. And where was Donald Trump? Twiddling his thumbs or worse in the executive dining room again at the White House, and didn't do a darn thing to intervene, to mediate, or to solve the strike. And as people lose their paychecks, as the economy ground to a halt, as General Motors was brought to its knees. Didn't do a darn thing. Didn't intervene, didn't try to help the working person at all. By contrast, Shawn Fain reminds everybody where Kamala Harris was. She was on the picket line. And that's what the Harris-Walz campaign is about, a joyful celebration of labor's role in America and how they have to be supported so that they can have one paycheck to support themselves. They don't have to work 2 and 3 jobs because they're working for somebody like Elon Musk. Let's play a clip of Shawn Fain now.
2019, GM was on strike for 40 days. Donald Trump was nowhere to be found. Didn't say nothing, do nothing. Now let's look at Kamala Harris. 2019, you want to know where she was when GM was on strike for 40 days? She was on the picket line, standing there with them. She stood with workers on strike. You look at 2023 in our sit down strike last year, our stand up strike, and you look at what was going on with Lordstown workers under Trump got left behind. Their plant got closed in Ohio. Workers were scattered all over the country to GM plants. Under Biden and Harris and their administration, they went to work with us in bargaining to save the community in Belvedere, Illinois. Contrary to what Trump says, through the IRA, the Biden-Harris administration created billions of dollars to encourage companies to locate battery work in the USA and to partner with unions in doing that. So they would be good paying jobs, standard setting jobs. You go back now in Lordstown, Ohio, where Trump left people behind and they were dispersed all over the country. Under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, workers are now transferring back to Lordstown because they can get a job at the Altium battery plant there. They're bringing people home that Trump left behind. And on top of that, like I said, Belvedere, Illinois, same story. That plant was left for dead. The Biden administration, Kamala Harris went to work with us to find out what they could do. They got billions of dollars put in play to help save that community. There's product going there. There's a battery plant going there. And so it's a tale of two stories here. Donald Trump represents the billionaire class and the corporate class. And Kamala Harris has a history and a track record of standing up with working class people. So it makes the decision pretty easy for us.
Traditional bed sheets, they can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather. So you get better sleep every night. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo, LegalAF, at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf and use the code LegalAF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/legalaf to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. This all just happened off of the 2-hour rambling narcoleptic, unhinged interview between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I don't know who was interviewing who, but what I do know is it rises to the level of a threat, at least that's the allegation, against workers and their rights, which puts Donald Trump squarely where he belongs. He's going to now be brought up on a new claim before the National Labor Relations Board, and so is Elon Musk. Compliments to Shawn Fain, who's helped reinvigorate and make more muscular and robust the United Auto Workers. He's got some other groups like the Teamsters that have decided to play both sides. Somebody from the Teamsters got up on stage during the Republican National Convention of all things to try to act like, we'll support whoever wins. Well, I got news for that guy. Newsflash, Kamala's here. The big Mo is here. And we're going to be moving very quickly to Madam President-elect Kamala Harris. Shawn Fain's always been on the side of the Biden-Harris administration and quickly supports and it has the entire union backing it. Why is it important as we sit at the intersection of law and politics? Give you an example. Michigan, where every other household has a union member in it. Joe Biden pulled 62% of union households when he won Michigan. Kamala Harris has to pull off a similar feat. And she's around the country. That means the labor unions in Nevada are important. The ones that deal with hospitality and gaming and the casinos, very important to get their endorsement, which she has. United Auto Workers, yes, very important. The teachers union, very important. This is the way you win the battleground states, piece by piece. Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, all of it. And she's got to put together, which she is masterfully, beautifully, putting together all these constituencies, that make up the Democratic blue wall and blue wave in November. That's why it's important to be on the right side of labor when you're a Democrat, and the Democrats always are reliably. I mean, nobody was more reliably pro-union than Amtrak Joe, President Joe Biden. And all of the infrastructure projects and the billions of dollars of investment all went through union workers. And that's important. And so that's why I want to report about the UAW doing what they did, which is really, really important, to bring Elon Musk to task, to bring Donald Trump there too, and file those claims to the National Labor Relations Board. What's going to happen? It's going to be a close call. You got a chuckling Elon Musk who never corrects Donald Trump. You got Donald Trump basically doing Elon Musk's bidding, and he's nodding and sitting there passively, and I think that's an implicit endorsement of the retaliatory comments and statements. It's up to the National Labor Relations Board to deal with it. But this is what happens when an unhinged, untethered to reality, demented Donald Trump takes to the airwaves. Whether it's the interview with the national black journalists that went so horribly, horribly awry as you would expect it would, because the interviewee was a racist in Detroit, or it's his 1-hour rambling Mar-a-Lago interview, or now this 2-hour talk-a-thon snooze-fest with Elon Musk that was just interesting enough for the United Auto Workers to listen carefully and file their claim. Talk more, Donald. The more you talk, the more trouble you get yourself in. It's the more you hear, by contrast, the more you hear from Kamala Harris, the more you like her. The more you respect her, the more you see the leadership in her and the charisma in her and how she's going to be as the president of the United States. And the more you see Donald Trump talk, it just reminds you why we can't let him get anywhere close to the White House again. I'm going to continue to report on Legal AF and on the MeidasTouch Network. Join us on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for a live recording of Legal AF. And then I do hot takes like this about every hour right here on the MeidasTouch Network. Help them use your free subscription if you haven't already to get the MeidasTouch Network to 3 million free subscribers. 3 million. I thought it was going to be election day to get there. At the rate we're going, surfing the Kamala surge and the Kamala wave, we're going to get there by Labor Day with your help. And it's really important because we're building this network with our bare hands, without outside investors. We're completely independent. There's no censorship. We're unfiltered, unplugged, sometimes unhinged in defense of democracy right here on the MeidasTouch Network. So until my next hot take, until my next Legal AF, this is Michael Popok reporting. Heary, Legal AF Law Breakdown is now in session. Go beyond the headlines and get a deep dive into the important legal concepts you need to know, and we discuss every day on Legal AF. Exclusive content you won't find anywhere else, all for the price of a couple of cups of coffee. Join us at patreon.com/legalaf. That's patreon.com/legalaf.